In summer 2015, when I was walking by Magus Books, my favorite bookstore in Seattle, at 3 o'clock in the morning, my eyes were immediately caught by the title of a book and the yellow glim behind the window. So I went there the next morning, bought it, and read it. The book is probably not the best collection of essays I had ever read, but the title has since then stayed with me. The Moral Obligation to be Intelligent. What does that have to do with learning languages? Does speaking foreign languages make you more intelligent? It depends. Is the ability to speak another language part of intelligence? Not necessarily. But being intelligent and knowing foreign languages do share one thing in common. They're both painful. And by painful, I don't mean the ennui of tediously long lectures or vocabulary and grammatical studies, or the expense of time for the pursuit of wisdom and knowledge, nor even the loneliness your dedication to the endeavor could bring up on you. The pain, the true torment, is the confusion. For the bigger the circle of the known, the greater the contact with the unknown. And the more firmly unlearned beliefs used to stand, the more helplessly your new identity totters. If you're lucky enough to study Farsi, you may realize that not all the beautiful poetry is written in your mother tongue. The Persian epics written in the Sassanid Empire are as beautiful as poems of the Tang dynasty. If you happen to study Spanish, you may realize that what you thought so unique an aspect of your culture has a similar counterpart in another culture. That the Puerto Rican morcilla is almost identical with the Korean sundae. If Russian is your language, you may realize that not all the important battles that changed the course of human history were fought on your native land. That the Russian defeat of the Golden Horde at the field of Kulikovo is no less significant than the reconquest of Granada in Spain. Can't you do this by reading history? One may ask. Yes, but history written by whom and for whom? Because you see, after learning a language, if you care enough, part of you becomes the member of the tribe to which the language belongs. And that cultural schizophrenia can be truly excruciating. That pain, however, can't be easily offset by the better chances of employment in your job market or the simple pleasures of impressing your friends at the dinner table with political intrigues and historical anecdotes played out in 5 different languages. Why then would anyone who was not a crazy masochist want to learn a foreign language? Yes, to communicate with people. Yes, to travel to different places. Yes, to advance your career in a globalized world. Yes, it is good for your brain. But more importantly, as potentially excruciating as it is for those curious enough to see the world as it is, and those brave enough to tear down the veils of bigotry, instead of comfortably hiding behind the linguistic barrier and refusing to step forward and know your fellow human beings, or even the so-called enemies. I am by no means accusing those not fond of foreign languages of being cowards. If anything, they have to be forever more on their guard of the bigotries, the fatuities, and the language barrier, and constantly seek more reliable sources of information. Indeed, the pursuit of knowledge is almost by definition a sort of masochism, and language learning is no exception. But in such pain, and perhaps only in such pain, can we overcome the misunderstandings, bridge cultures and civilizations, and find a world of peace and prosperity.